welcome back to another episode of The Good,
The Bad,
The 30.
I'm your co-host Maya.
I'm Alexis IG.
And I'm Kiera Lindsay.
And today we're talking about what kind of mom.
What kind of mom?
Period.
Don't get started on the singing.
Don't get me started. So what prompted this topic for me is one of my step friends just recently went.
I'm so sorry. What is a step friend?
Guys, a step friend. Like, a step friend is a friend that you met through another friend.
Oh, I was thinking a friend that you met through a spouse.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a step friend.
Maybe like a friend of a friend?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, like Lydia.
A friend
Like
of
a
a friend.
step-
Lydia, my
Friend.
step friend.
It's literally.
I've never heard of that.
I get
I thought
it.
you
You
was
know I'm
gonna say
online.
it's like well, you don't even have step siblings. I
Yeah.
was thinking it was a step sibling friend.
That's so funny. No, I've found, obviously it's got it from online, but yes, a step friend is like, instead of saying like, oh, my associate or something like that, like it's literally a friend that you inherited, like
Oh.
step.
A step
You
friend.
inherited that
Okay.
friend.
I like it.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
step
cool
friend.
too. So anyway,
Sorry.
no, it's fine. We're here to educate and congratulate
Thank you.
and participate.
Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right.
Miss Hood.
No, I'm in my teacher vibe today, so you know, Casey and Sincere aren't the only English people out in the. Anyway, so my step friend recently went viral on TikTok, and People Magazine did an article on her because she talked about sending her daughter away to stay with her grandparents for 6 weeks, and they dogpiled her. And I thought that was very interesting. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So she has a pretty big following on TikTok. She's a career woman. She's a journalist, and she does a lot of things. But she's gone because she writes for a home interior blog or something like that, like a news outlet. So saying all that to say that she sent her daughter away, which is funny to me because I always say like we're losing recipes because being from Chicago, like most of our people are from Mississippi,
Yeah.
Louisiana, and maybe Alabama.
Even Indiana. Yeah.
A lot of the Midwest, because even Detroit, I think like a lot of their people from Louisiana, Alabama, stuff like that. Like everybody migrated, obviously.
Yeah.
So, it's lost on me why it's like a bad thing or a negative thing, or we're quick to like call her a bad mom when people used to send their kids to the South all the time, like all for the whole summer type stuff, or just even grandparents had a like heavy hand in raising children. So
sure.
it was just crazy to me. Now this happened recently, but too far away for me to like remember exactly what they were saying. But with the People article, she was just talking about how she wants her daughter to see that she is driven, she works hard, you know, that you can have goals and you can accomplish goals and still be a mom, X, Y, and Z. So I wanted to ask, and then we'll get into the other example too, just like how do y'all feel about like, and I know y'all have very strong relationships with y'all grandparents, so like how do you feel about sending your children away? Like you're a mom already, but like when you become a mom, grandma, granddad, like
During the summers when I was growing up, like I want to say mostly during elementary school and a little bit of middle school, it definitely changed once I got into like the teenage years. But my parents, they used to send us to Jackson, Georgia, and that's like by Tanger Outlet. So like say if you're heading towards Florida. And they used to send us down there to my grandparents' house. So we would spend like 2-3 weeks down there, like every summer, just to like make the summer go by faster.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely like all for shipping my kids off to their grandparents' house, even though the grandparents more than likely going to be like
They
a
live up
couple
the
up the street.
Yeah.
But for sure, you know, like go to your grandparents' house.
Y'all, I was a shipped off kid, okay? Like, we moved from Chicago, I think I was 5. Yeah, I think I was 5. Every single summer, me and my brother,
it was right back.
the entire summer. I'm talking about the week we got out of school and we came back the week before school started.
Yeah.
And my mom would ship both of us off.
Yeah.
And we were on the plane by ourselves. So we were 6 and 7. AJ's only 1 year older than me. And we were unaccompanied minors, and we had our own flight attendant, and that was every single year.
Yeah.
Every single summer. It's so normal.
Yeah.
I actually, funny enough, I actually just had a conversation about this with my mom a couple weeks ago. Like, the grandparents don't grandparent like that.
Yeah. The grandparents are not grandparents anymore.
Talk about it. They're outside.
Well, girl, what?
I need y'all to sit down.
And I love that for her, for sure. And my mom, we've had our conversations. My mom's a great grandparent. But I do feel like, where did that go? Like, that's like all the way gone. Like, my mom lives almost like an hour away from me. So I was like, you used to send us off. And not that I'm looking to get rid of my kid or send him off for 6 weeks and I'm right in the same state. It's just, I think those experiences are important for both, for the kid and the kid and the parent. I think it's so important for the kid to be raised raised apart with their grandparent. Like, you're a grandparent. Like, you have a heavy involvement with that child, and you should, in my opinion, because you're the next best thing to them, and that relationship is important. And you don't want your grandkids to get older and be like, dang, I didn't even have like a personal relationship. So I'm down for the shipping off. Like, he has a grandma in Chicago. Like, he can go with her too. Hell, like, she retired. Like, so we've talked about that. I'm all for it. Chase is the only grandchild from my mom. So I would like for it to pick up. But my mom, she's doing her due diligence, because my mom is still kind of young. Like, she just turned 54, so she's doing things, but just still making time to okay, let me give it a couple days, a week, and she is actually going to get him for a week in July. So I'm like, yay. That's cool. And it's, like I said, it's really for him too. Is like, you want to have those experiences. Like, I have a lot of experiences. I remember being at my grandparents' house. But I will say, as a kid, though, I remember after 2-3 weeks, I was ready to get the fuck back on.
No, for sure. I was ready to go, for sure. Like, after 2 weeks.
My grandparents down. But I was ready to go. But I don't think she's a bad mom at all. I think she's actually a great mom for that.
Yeah.
Why people be mad about a village?
It's really crazy. Because
they don't have one.
And I think part of that is a thing, and they just, people project a lot of things onto them, onto children.
Yep.
I also feel like we are unfortunately in a place of individualism is so important to people, which sucks, because I think as Black people, that's very important for us to value community. And when we don't, it just hinders us from getting ahead in certain ways. And to your point, I think it's so important for generations to have times where we come together. I think that's where we get our wisdom from. That's where we, people don't sit down and talk to their grandparents if they have their grandparents to talk to, or even their parents. People, you can tell who's not having conversations with their people. And then to y'all's point of people don't like a village. People some people lack that. And so they don't even know where to, they criticize it. They don't know where to start to build their own village. Which is unfortunate, because I just feel like y'all stay on the internet all the time anyway. It's so many ways to learn how to undo what was done to you, or try a tradition. We don't value traditions anymore. It's crazy. But I'm waiting on the days to be you going down.
You going I don't see nothing wrong with that. The importance of that is insane. And the fact, so you said, and I didn't see this, she was in People magazine, so talking about this topic.
Yes, so they interviewed her because she went viral. Now, like I said, she already has a big following on TikTok. She kind of does home renovations and different things like that because she's a journalist for a interior design company. It's not even a blog. I don't know if they have stores, but it's an outlet too. Kind of
Like
a digest. Yes, exactly. So she goes viral all the time for all types of things, because she be on there yapping, and just she has like all kinds of niches, whatever the hell it's called. So yeah, she was talking about sending her daughter, because they're from Chicago, but her parents recently relocated to Arizona. So she'll be showing like her daughter like in a pool and just like living her best life. She's with her grandparents.
Like, what the hell?
She's living her best life. Like, what's the problem?
So when you first started, I thought you were about to say, when you said shipping your kids out, I'm thinking like boarding school, right?
Yeah.
So, 'cause I got a whole different opinion on boarding school.
Yeah.
But that, especially like summer and like, no.
They were calling her a bad mom, and just like, cause it's for 6 weeks.
They were trying to say she was selfish.
I don't even think that they were saying that she was selfish. They were just saying that it's just in poor taste for her to do that. Because I don't feel like she even said, like, oh, I'm sending her away to tend to myself.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't that type of announcement.
You know what it is? It's social media.
For sure.
In general.
Yeah,
because
people
this
too
whole
involved.
The perfect mom has been a topic for like how many years, like since really topics start becoming topics trending on social media. Like being the perfect mom, you shouldn't do this. Like that was kind of how when I first had Chase, he's about to be 7. I was having those same like thoughts, like, wow, everybody is saying like you should be a stay-at-home mom because you're going to work and you're allowing somebody else to raise your kid, but you trying to make ends meet for your kid. And it's just like, or oh, you breastfeed and you get formula, like, no, you should do this, and that's about it. It's so much like on the internet about being a perfect mom, and everybody thinks that their way is the right way, or praising somebody else that's doing something else, like, oh, you know, they must be a great mom, but it's like that has nothing to do with her motherhood.
Yeah.
So.
I hate that that's the backlash that she's getting, because you don't know if those grandparents was like, okay, I want to keep the kid for this amount of time. Yeah. Like it literally could, you know, like God forbid I want to send my kids off to their grandparents just because the grandparents asked to be with the kids, especially if the grandparents are so far away.
Yeah, they want to maximize their time.
Maximize the time with that grandchild. Yeah. That sucks that she got that backlash for sure.
Yeah, but I will say that the People magazine, the article that they did on her, it was a positive twist because she was able to voice her opinion about, like, she wants her daughter to know that her mom is a hard worker and you can have children and you don't have to sacrifice like your career, or you don't have to sacrifice yourself, or just like tending to yourself or time away. Like, it's not a negative thing. And again, her sending her to be with her grandparents wasn't really rooted in like, oh, I need this time for myself. My parents literally harassed my sister and my brother, like, bring the kids over. Like, they be over there all the time. So
the grandparents just they ain't doing nothing. They just want to be with the kids.
That's what they live for.
Yeah, I also feel like it's rooted in like the dynamic of how people were raised. Like, either you were raised with a mom that's like not necessarily making ends meet, but don't necessarily have all of the resources that other moms do have, to where they're just like, okay, this mom may have the time and the ability to not be able to work and to just pour into their kids, while this mom may not necessarily have that. She may have to work to kind of put food on the table. So the way that children were raised, it kind of just looks a little bit differently. So those kids where they have a mom where she's trying to make ends meet and make sure that she put food on the table, the way that they were raised, and the way that they may want to bring their kids up look a little bit different than the one where they have a mom that's a stay-at-home mom and that's always there, don't necessarily have to go off to the grandparents' house because the grandparents is coming to them. Like, it just looks a little bit different based off of the way that they were raised. And I wish that, like, in a perspective like that, especially with women that don't necessarily, they're not moms, where they just kind of keep their opinions to themselves in that kind of perspective. Like, shut the fuck up, you know? Because I feel like being a mom is one of the strongest things that you can do in this lifetime, and there is no right way to do it, and it's gonna look different for everybody.
Absolutely.
For sure. You know what? Did you want to say something?
I was just gonna say, I just keep thinking back how many times I keep saying it's social media. I feel like we're the first whiff of this type of thing, right?
So, for sure.
Because our parents didn't have social media. So
what
they was doing, it's just
it just worked for them.
Exactly. And if other people had opinions, oh well, you might tell Barbara, might tell Sheila, but that's about it. It's gonna stop right there in that neighborhood. Yeah. But now it's just people feel like they can give an opinion on everything, and it's too much access to people's lives. Like, and even if some people might defend that, oh, well, she said it on the internet, so she wanted a response. But that's not necessarily true. Like, you can be transparent and not expect any type of backlash on. I'm just telling you what works for me. I'm not saying, okay, this allows you to go bully me and act like, you know, I'm the worst thing, you know, that ever happened. So it's just social media. And I wonder, when the fuck is it gonna stop with like the next?
It's gonna get worse.
When the fuck is it gonna stop? Because people are just gonna be, what's the word? They're gonna be like, not hyperfixated, but just nervous and anxious about doing certain things even more than what they're doing now because of social media.
I do think that we're like too far gone when it comes to like the internet and like what it's done to our brains. And it is just like, somebody, they say this all the time, like, we're not supposed to know this much about this many people. We're not supposed to know this many
social
people.
relationships.
Like, having all of that information, like, we gotta put the phones. It's the phones.
It's the phones. It's the phones.
It's the phones. It's them damn phones. Like, they was not lying about that. It really just does a thing with us. But what I was going to say to your point is that the funny thing is, I was not a grandma baby, as they call them. Like,
I was
grandma baby.
I was grandma baby, babe.
I was not a grandma baby.
Grandma baby girl.
Grandma baby girl.
That's so funny. Now, I grew to, like, have a relationship with my grandmas more when I became an adult, because we didn't spend that much time. Now, my Nana, she lived in California for like 20 years, but I think when I was born, maybe she moved back because she had helped raise one of her other grandchildren, so she came back to like be around my dad's kids, us. But even though they were older, they were outside. Like, my grandmothers were very well traveled. So I remember when I was younger, I was like, why I watched a lot of Arthur. I'm like, why my grandmas don't like bake cookies and stuff? Like, why we don't go over there and like get some baked cookies and stuff? Like my grandmas was outside. They was going stepping, like to dance or whatever on Wednesdays, and all the other days they was on cruises.
Did they
my
gamble?
grandma was going to the boat. They going to the boat, child.
My grandparents, they used to go to Mississippi and gamble.
To gamble.
The sip.
They love
the sip is crazy.
The casino. But it was, so saying that to say that, like, even though I wasn't, I didn't spend a lot of time with my grandmothers growing up, because both my grandfathers were deceased in my lifetime, but seeing my parents be grandparents, I'd be like, yeah, y'all definitely getting sent over here with the rest of them, just like everybody else do. Like, I want that for them. So it's just crazy that people tend to, like, project, like I was saying, like, they don't know how to want something for somebody for the better, for the next generation, even if it's their own seed. Like, that's what's crazy. But I don't even know how to start with like constructing that whole thing.
I think a lot of grandparents are involved. It depends on, and this isn't every situation, if the parent had the kid young. A lot of times that grandparent is more involved. I mean, my mom had me.
Send me that baby.
Right. You don't know what you're doing. But my mom had me at 22. This was very young, not a teenager, but very young. And my grandparents were both involved. Do y'all feel like it's a difference in the daddy side grandparents versus the mama side grandparents? Do you feel like you're closer with your mama? Like, obviously, we love all our grandparents the same. I'm not saying that. But, like, which side did you interact with more?
I can't say that I interacted with my mom's parents over my dad's parents, well, my grandmother, more. But I will say that, like, honestly, the interactions were split. Like, during school, when I was in elementary school, middle school, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, my dad's mom would get me and my sister because my grandmother, she lived in the area. So she would get me and my sister while my parents were off at work. But over the summertime, we would be at my other grandmother's house, the ones that passed away, because they lived in like Jackson, Georgia, and that was like further away. And then sometimes on, like, say if there was like a winter break that we had for Christmas, we would go down there. Like, I feel like the time was always equally split. And then my grandmother that was in Jackson, Georgia, like, she would come on Sundays, come up to Atlanta for church because she was committed to this one church that she was going to. So like, even though that they were further, I feel like the time was always split evenly, like whether it was just a phone call. I remember when I was like in high school or middle school, we were trying to get them on Skype, and they were just calling us back to back, like don't even know what the hell going on. I feel like the time was equally split between both grandparents for me.
Well, I do think too, luckily, and I think having your grandparents in the same state is like a blessing. Like even if it was a couple hours or whatever, in the same state in general, is like huge. Like I know both my grandparents were in Chicago and we were down south, and I'm like, dang. But when I would go in the summer, I would see both sides. But I do feel like I spent more time with my mom's side, and then I would see my dad's side. But that's just naturally how that went. But I was just curious. And both yours was in the same. Oh, one was in California for a little bit.
Well, in my lifetime, they were both in Chicago. Okay. I will say that they're like, I could never call one grandma and not call the other grandma, because they on the phone telling each other.
I
feel like they were best friends.
For sure. I gotta ask my grandma who she be gossiping with. Well, she gonna find somebody to gossip with anyway. But
that is so cute.
Most of our interactions, they were at the house together, because my dad, like, we hosted everything at our house. You did say that. They would just come then. But if we like visited them, I think it was split. Like, I never went over one's house more than the other one. But they did, like, if on Mother's Day or something like that, they calling each other like,
we all together.
They done came and brought me some flowers. You best drive, get to her house quickly,
immediately
before she called, because they over there comparing and stuff.
That is so cute.
That is so funny.
That is. But I want to switch gears really quick, because we didn't talked about the positives, right? But me and Kiera was talking about this girl on the internet who has become, she's gotten a really good following, but it is mainly because of her daughter. Now, she has gone viral, but not in a sense that nobody's going to write an article about it. She up and moved to Paris without her daughter. Now, you were talking about boarding school, and you said you had some opinions about that. We were just talking about how crazy it is that she just up and moved to Paris without her daughter.
Yeah. I think it's important to also add context, like a little bit of context.
How much
here.
context?
Because,
come on, add what you think.
Because let's also put into the factor that the daughter was the main reason why
she can even afford to do so.
Yeah. The reason why she became big in the first place.
Cadence is her name. She's literally famous.
I'll show you the picture. She had a silk press, and she had I use the meme all the time. Yes.
So Cadence is her mom.
Yes. Her mom. And they did videos together all the time. All of the brand deals were basically Cadence's brand deals, from what I saw.
I think I know who you're talking about.
From what I saw. I don't necessarily know any of the brand deals that the mom did. I don't even know what the mom did outside of social media for Cadence.
Yeah.
But a lot of the social media, or a lot of the videos and the clips that I saw, they were more so just geared surrounding around Cadence's growth, Cadence, what she's doing in school, how she's growing, the brand deals that they have together, the Get Ready With Me's that they do together.
Yes, they do the Get Ready With Me.
Cadence had a brand deal with Carter's, and she was doing Carter's commercials, hosting events with Carter's with other little kids.
She been on
She did a red carpet interviewing Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
And one of the things that I noticed since the mom moved to Paris is that the clips stopped.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see Cadence as much. And she moved. She said that she basically needed to do her own thing. And she went. She said, I always wanted to live in Paris, and she went and up and moved to Paris.
I was like, well, dang, why she can't move to Paris with
did
her.
she say why she didn't
No, she just
Was
she
she a
basically
single mom? Who did she leave the kid with?
it honestly gave that she wanted to have
Mama
to find
gotta have a
her
life too.
Yes, that's basically what it gave. It gave I want to find my individuality again outside of my child.
Yeah, so to make your
Is it a field trip or she moved?
No, she moved. She moved. She lives there.
to
Field trip
answer
is
your
crazy.
question. She got sick on the field trip. Okay. To answer your question, make it short. She is a single mom.
Yeah.
That's part of like why she has been able to piggyback off of her daughter's success. Because Cadence is a great kid. She's like
Amazing
we love
kid.
the personality. Like, you know, we know you because of your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I done followed her on Threads for quite some time, so I've seen the battle that she's had with her baby daddy. We have seen her get back with him. They got a dog together. I've seen her get out of the relationship with him and take him to court, and now he doesn't have, like, she would be, if she was in shared custody, she would be on Threads the whole time talking about how sick she was and how he wasn't letting her, he wasn't answering the phone or this, that, and the third, to now he has no way of like being with the child. So when she announced that she was going to Paris, everybody like, you just did all of that to get custody of her and now you leaving her and
Mind
you
you,
going
that
to
was
Paris.
like a couple of months ago.
So it just looks a little crazy.
A little.
It looks a little crazy because that is one of the first things that I thought was that you were just in a big custody battle and you have publicized like the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody knows y'all got back together. They really got back together and within a year they broke up and then she was taking him to court and she detailed all of that on Threads.
Oh my God, I'm gonna look this up.
So
Normally.
now it's like, you're in Paris? So where is she? And to her point that there's not any content about her daughter now, it's just like,
Did she switch the content to like, oh,
It's
living
all
my
her
life
living-
in Paris?
Yes.
Like, oh, found my apartment.
Yes, that's literally what it is. All of the content
Like,
now
she's
is
trying to,
her
like-
living her life in Paris.
Did she change her name and remove her
No, it's
bio?
still
Like-
Stephanie. Like it's still
Yeah.
her same name.
Oh,
All of her
boy.
content now is living her life in Paris. And when we were talking about it, it made me like unpacked it a little bit because I don't follow her on Threads. I don't know the context of what her and her baby daddy had going on. I know
Yeah.
that it was like always some back and forth because she was definitely had a lot of smoke for her baby daddy on her. She would have a lot of clips about like, oh, like I'm not fucking with that man for real.
yeah.
But I think that just kind of unpacking it all and knowing the impact that Cadence had on all of us and all of the content that she was posting and all of the success Cadence has had, it's giving you're jealous of your child.
Yeah, and I think it's natural, like we said, she's known, she has her notoriety because of her daughter. It's natural for us to wonder, like, so what's up with
What's going
Cadence?
on?
Like, so what's gonna happen with
Yeah,
that?
like, who got her?
Who got her? Like, and everybody, and she's like,
think she
you
said
know,
something about her
she's
brother
fine.
has her.
Yeah, I think that's the case. But there is
Okay. Is she saying like, you know, some parents move
she
and they're trying to like set up their life to then come bring back the kid?
No. Because it's also not that type of situation. Cadence is in a state of success. She is now in a state of success. She's not struggling anymore. Now, the village is really non-existent because she wears like a badge of honor that she cut off her parents.
Oh, it sounds like she got some mental stuff going on.
Just do a deep
Shipping?
dive on
No,
Threads.
I have a thing about, and I mean everybody's parenting situation is different, but like leaving your kids and shipping your kids off, like wiping them clean. I can only, and I feel bad sometimes speaking about certain things because people always be like, oh, well you can't really give like feedback because you have help, like your baby dad is fully in his life, so you have help, so you can't give a perspective of a full-blown single mom who's like mentally not okay, right?
Yeah.
So I do give grace with that because I don't know what she's going through mentally. However, as a mom, I just couldn't imagine leaving my child And how old is Cadence?
I think she's like 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so same age as my son.
Yeah.
So even worse. I just couldn't imagine, because these are very developing years that it's important to be there. And so I'm trying not to pass judgment, but at the same time, I just can't relate, and I don't understand, why you would, because to me, I feel like you're giving up on your kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, one thing I try to look for when I'm parenting Chase is, I know that one day my child is going to probably, because we all need therapy, right? I don't want to be the reason my child is sitting across a stranger and telling them, like, I'm going through this, and this because my mom left me.
Yeah.
My mom gave up on me. My mom did X, Y, and Z. And I don't think that sometimes parents think of, you're raising a adult. Like, this is going to be somebody's husband, parent, whatever. What are you implementing into them, and what are you providing them in their life that could set them up for success? And I don't know. That rubbed me kind of the wrong way.
It rubbed me the wrong way when I saw that she said she was moving to Paris. And I think she said she was gone for a year. I can't remember the timeline, but it's a very lengthy, like, it's not a trip. Like, she got an apartment and everything.
Yeah.
And granted, I'm not a mom, and like I said, like you said, I also don't want to pass judgment, but I think that given the success and the development of everything Cadence has accomplished over the past couple of months, and then for it, not to say to get cut off, because I don't know what's still going on. I just know that I don't see Cadence's videos and promotion videos anymore, and like the things that she's doing in and around her city anymore. I don't see any more red carpets. I don't see any more promo videos for Carter's, any brand deals. I don't see any of that. So it has me wondering, dang, is what you're doing now taking away from the things that she could, the things that she was potentially accomplishing, you know? I don't know. I hope that it's not that, and I hope that it is. I'm also all for women, mothers in general, still having that individuality and truly continuing to find themselves, because I can understand, like, the impact that a child can have on you not truly being who you are anymore. I completely understand that, but as someone outside looking in, it just looks...
She said a year?
It looks... I can't remember the time frame that she said. I honestly can't even remember if she even said a year.
Oh, okay.
I just know that it's not...
Time frame?
It's not a trip.
Damn.
Like, she moved there.
I think, to that point, it is very important as a mom to keep your individuality, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that if this is the case, because I can't remember how old she is, but I don't think she's older than 35.
I want to say she's like 36 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, like, she's definitely older than us.
Oh, I know she's older than us, but I don't know. I didn't know she was closer to 40 than not. But I think that if it were a situation where you had a child by mistake, or things didn't work out the way, and I'm not saying that she had a child by mistake, but I think there was some talk around, like, oh, I'm not with this, I'm not with him anymore, or like, I didn't know who I was before she was born, and I never got the chance to pour into myself. It's a lot of that sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't think that children should have to pay for, like, you missing out on identity time, that journey to find yourself. I think when you are in that type of situation, and I'm not a mom, so it's easy for me to say what somebody should be doing. I think you have to find a way to do that without lessening, I don't want to say abandon, but like lessening your responsibility to that child. I think that sometimes things have to, like, take a pause.
Yeah.
Because moving to Paris is
after
excessive.
you cut off your, that's why I'm like, who's your village? Because some people, like, if you have, like, okay, I feel like I still have my individuality because I have a village, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm fully, in Chase's life, but I can step away and do stuff, because I have a village. Now, are you saying that she cut off all her family or whatever, and, trying to get the dad to not be a part? So, again, I don't understand like, you it's like you put this on yourself.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I don't know,
without
it's
not
tricky,
knowing all her
'cause
details. But
I don't know even the situation with the brother, but it's just like, even if my brother was like, yeah, I could take her, that's a lot. That's just a lot.
I'm sorry, I'm not leaving my daughter with a man. I don't care if he's my brother, dad, whatever.
Same.
My daughter?
Yeah. So yeah, y'all gotta go ahead and do a little deep dive on that.
I'll look into it. I don't know, but
Yeah.
prayers out to her, and I hope Cadence,
Prayers out
still
to her for sure.
Yeah, I hope she's, I hate to say that too, because sometimes if she is having a mental crisis, and it's almost more important for her to not be there,
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
could go a different way. You never
for
know
sure.
people's situations. So, it could be that, God forbid,
Yeah.
that
What
she's
works
not
for
going through
people
that.
may not
Yeah.
Yeah.
work
So
out, so it's okay.
I hope she get the space and hurry up and get back to that baby. So
Yeah.
For sure. Well, this was a nice little chat.
This was good.
All right, we'll wrap it up.
what kind of mom?
What kind of mom? Like, you know what I mean? But thank you all for tuning in to another episode of The Good.
The bad.
The 30.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Toodaloo.